Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is another replay analysis for you guys. I just want to touch on it really quickly. Down in the description you'll find a link to Discord. In there you'll find detailed instructions on how to get me replays and have this done for you as well. My requests have kind of been slowing down a little bit, so I just want to make sure everyone knows that I do this. I do it for free, and I just want to help you guys out. Kind of been slowing up, so I just want to make sure you guys know. That being said, this one in particular is for ShaneBot. He's a champ 1. This is a 2v2 replay analysis, so let's get into it. Alright, right off the bat we missed the boost. Don't want to do that obviously, but make it happen. It's a smart challenge on the wall, good patience, and a good shot. Make sure it's on net, over anything else. That's important. So, good job there. Alright, so this kickoff, your first adjustment is a little bit too heavy. You go directly at the ball. And where I would say you want to put yourself on a line more like this. And that'll put you in a better place later down the road where you're not going too far over on kickoff. And then as you get moving up here, you will be landing somewhere more like here and cutting in on the ball. And you want to hit it right middle and dodge back this way. And that's going to be, the best kickoff for you in this situation. There, do take both boosts. I would, be mindful of that. Teammate is going to need boosts. Obviously he rushed off without it, but if he needed it and was going for it and you took it, it would have been bad. But it was good you gave him space here. Just kind of sat back to let whatever's going to happen. It's kind of awkward. He's not really getting out of the way. Here I would be leaving. Your teammate's in their net and both of them are crashing on you. So basically you have no line of defense here whatsoever, and this is probably a goal. Yeah. So you always want to be thinking about where your teammate is in relationship to your opponents and the ball. And, they have a clear look at your net, with nobody even trying to get back. So that means you should probably be trying to get back. Alright, this line on your kickoff is a lot better. But one, minor thing, I think you adjust a little bit too far over. Basically, I would say you should be more, a little bit over here, like the center of your car over here. And then as you're coming in, if you think of the ball being split like right down the middle like that, on these straighter kickoffs, you want to pick a side and dodge across the ball. So, if you came from the right side over here, you obviously are going to pick this side of the ball. You're going to hit it probably right about here and then side dodge this way. That's going to give you your best kickoff in this situation. Alright, here you should be just backing off. This is going to be your teammate's ball. He's already facing that direction. And you don't want to risk the double commit there. Good to kind of play it slow and not rush in. Picked a good point to challenge. Make a good clear. Teammates follow up on it is a little bit weak, but... And here, I just want to point out to you that, obviously that ball came off the wall, and that's going to make this a really difficult situation. But look at all of this free real estate down here on the ground. Both of them are facing away. This guy's facing this way. This guy is facing back that way. So that means you can let this ball drop you know, drive up here and fake like you're going to jump off the wall. But, you know, obviously you're not going to actually do that. Then as this ball falls, you're going to drive back down this wall and meet it on the ground when it gets down here. Do something like catch it and flick it real quick, because they're going to realize you didn't hit it, and they're going to challenge. So if you can make yourself ready to do something like a quick flick over them, the first attacking person on the other team, something like that, instead of an awkward situation like what happens here, where you're kind of stretching, trying to do something you're not quite comfortable with. And I mean, even at my level, I should be very clear, like, even if this was me and I can put this on net from here, I'm still not going to try, because they are both in a position where they could save that really easily. I want to try to make it as hard for them as possible. So take the space when it's given to you. That's a big thing in twos. Do good to kind of back away with his perspective hit and collapsing in once he does miss it. A good little dribble to beat the last. Well done there. I don't mind a mild cheat in doubles. I don't do it personally, but people do what works for them. This challenge angle is very smart. Just thinking about, you know, the relationship between the opponent and the ball and where he is most likely to hit it. You do very well to read that. And you do well to kind of just not get in the way. You make yourself an option. So that's really good there. But as that ball gets pinched, you need to make up your mind that you're either going to go for it once there's a scoring opportunity, which would be here-ish, which by then the opponents are going to get there, or if you're going to leave. And basically, as soon as that pinches with both of the opponents right in front of your face, I would just try to steal their corner boost and leave while they're preoccupied with this. But instead, you kind of hung around, challenged a little bit late, and you leave your teammate in a 2v1 situation. He does well to get out of it, but you know, you always want to be thinking about what you can do to make the game as easy as possible for your teammate. It's a good challenge, though, right there. That's going to be a bit unscorable, and he's going to have an easier time getting that out of the corner. So do well to back off, and you challenge the poor touch very well. Kind of get in his face and make it awkward, which is good again. By that I mean right as he hit it right there. But at this point, I'd be flipping away. I'd be running for the hills to get back to the net, because if Bruce is any good at all, get this on your net with more power than you could catch up to, you know, sticking around like that. So be aware of shot opportunities like that. And then as this comes here, Bruce is never going to recover very quickly, and Brew is very far away. So what I would be doing, instead of jumping off this wall here, is I would be positioning myself. If I can get a good angle, I would be positioning myself like right here. Imagine that crude box is a car on the wall, and you just let it kind of hit you and come down here. And you're almost kind of catching it at that point. You're bringing it down under your control. Then you can turn and look to bring it out of the corner from that point. Because there, it ended up being an awkward like situation of nobody knows who's going for it. You do well to get a clear on it, kind of sort everything back out. And that's a good challenge as well on a poor touch. Here, I would say that's almost a little bit too cautious, but only because of the bump. You bumped him, and Brew just went for the ball. It means most likely you're the first one who could get to that. You know, I would be going for, I don't know, a little soft touch to the middle to see if your teammate could do something, or maybe try to put it on net. You know, something to give them a little bit more trouble than just leaving. There, you're in a good position to kind of just wait for your teammates challenge, except for the fact I would say you should stop more like here and closer towards your net instead of here where you kind of waited, just in case he gets like some kind of boomer shot and you be behind you there. Here I probably wouldn't have gone for that. You got a little bit fortunate to come out of it with the ball, or at least got a piece of the ball, but very easy for him to beat you in that situation and score it on. You react pretty quickly on that ball off the corner, which is very good. There, seem a little bit unsure about where this ball is going to go, and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That bounce was a little wonky, but you don't jump for quite a bit, and when you do jump, you jump facing like here, and I would say you'd want to face like this corner here because that's going to be your easiest point of scoring. You want your car to, you know, be perpendicular with this line I've just drawn, and then as this ball comes across here, beat it up there and put it in this corner pocket of the net. You always want to try to keep it as easy for yourself as possible, and setting yourself well for something like this is the difference between scoring and not. You do well to recover out of it quickly though, to make sure you don't get scored on, but you don't get boost as a result, and your teammate doesn't go for that and gets demoed, and it leaves you in an awkward spot. Where is Bruce? Okay. I would almost be leaving this and just going and getting the boost. It would definitely be one of my thoughts. Just get the boost in the corner, because it's going to roll into an unscorable position anyway. And then you don't have this whole awkward situation. Although I will say, if your buddy that you're queued with here is going to see this video, he should have gone for this ball roughly right after this 50. As you start driving forward, he should be looking to get out here for this ball. You should be trying to get around back into net and get as much boost as you can before you get back to net there. A little bit unfortunate, but things happen. Alright, you play this a little bit slower than I would say you should. I'd say, you know, as this ball bounces and it comes off really high, I would personally be saying, I'm going to challenge this. I'd be getting in his face, cutting off his angles, because by the time he can do anything with it, your teammate should have recovered. So yeah, I would have just taken away, you know, that control that he had, because you give a Batmobile an opportunity to flick, it's a scary time. Would not recommend. But you do well to recover off your teammate's bump and kind of get in their face, make sure they don't have too much free time with that ball. Get boost, you play it patiently, come towards you so you leave. Very smart. This is like all yours, like free ball. Bruce turned away from it before you did. Like, you were beating him by a mile to it. So if you have that little bit more confidence, you go for this ball, you catch it, you can dribble it upfield. One of your opponents is behind you trying to catch you, probably won't. The other one is running away from you trying to get back to his net. So you'd have a lot of opportunity to dribble there. Potentially. You do well to get a pinch challenge to kind of bail yourself out of it. If you weren't queued with this person, which you are, you know, if you had no sense of comms with this person, I would say never ever in a million years go for this ball, because they are very obviously going to. But I would guess you said something in comms because he just left it. So, you know, with comms, it's fine. Without, don't do that. It's a smart touch into the middle. Defender makes a good save. Up. You good to dispossess. Careful on that boost miss. And look at your ball cam a little. be aware of where the boost pads are and such. And one thing I will kind of touch on, because I've been noticing it throughout and I just keep forgetting to mention it, is I don't really see you going for small boost pads like with intent. You are, if you need boost, you're going for corners. And one thing I would say you need to work into your game, like in general, is picking up small boost pads naturally. Like you just path over them on your way to make a challenge, on your way to get the ball, that kind of stuff. You're thinking about where those boost pads are and picking them up. The eventual goal is that get to a point where you just drive around the field and pick up boost without even thinking about where it is or having to worry about how much boost you have, because you're always picking it up. You want to train that pathing into that you always have something in the tank that you can play faster. You know, that's working towards always having a trail, that you're always supersonic, you know, make your decisions faster, you push the opponents faster, and, you know, surprise them. The biggest difference really between a Champ 1 and Grand Champ, a couple of the biggest things, would be your pace of play in general and the power of the hits, I would say, are two like really big things. So if you can step that pace of play up, that's what's going to take you to the next level. And, you know, you have seemed a little bit uncomfortable with actually hitting the ball powerfully. I haven't really seen bangers off of you, so I'll be working on that as well. The demo is good though, because it slows them up. It takes away backing up. You do kind of overcommit for that boost, but get out of it. I wouldn't be throwing myself in for that challenge. I would just 30 seconds left, tie game. Scary situation. They panic, thankfully. It looks like you double jump aerial this. I would, you know, as this goes up, you have one person who just hit it and hasn't even landed yet, and one person facing away who's probably going to flip backward because the ball just went up. This is going to be a free, uncontested ball. I would single jump aerial to a dodge, just like bang this down the field, instead of kind of an awkward little touch like that. It's a smart challenge angle. It keeps the ball low for the teammate. A really good pass back to him, which most likely is going to be for the game-winning goal. Well done there. Okay, so you're like definitely in comms with this person, because I saw you go for something and basically had to have called him off for him not to go for it. No reason you should both be going for the kickoff with 8 seconds left, 1 goal up. You're like begging to get scored on. You're very lucky that the two of them don't know who's supposed to go for that ball, and you get a good clear away after that. So again, to kind of touch on like the biggest things for you, I'm going to say are your pace of play, boost collection. You want to be pathing around those small boost pads, keeping yourself supersonic as often as possible, working towards making your decisions faster, reading the game faster. Everything you do, just, you know, kicking it up to 11, going to be one of the biggest things that pushes you forward. Find some training packs of aerial shots, ground shots, just like basic stuff, and focus on hitting that ball as hard as you can every single time. It's never slow. You know, that's a big thing you want to work on as you get like up into Grand Champ and like deep Grand Champ or whatever. If you put the ball on net, if it's not like placed 60 miles an hour, it's gonna get saved. So, you know, that's something you want to start working on now. Make sure that that save isn't gonna happen later down the road. You're used to being able to hit the ball really hard. You know, when you start hitting the ball harder at this level, you're gonna surprise your opponents. They have never seen anyone hit that ball that hard. You're gonna go over their head. They're not gonna give you enough respect, and that's gonna buy you free space behind them. Focus on that. I can't recall any times I saw you like wave dashing or any other big thing that'll bring up your pace of play. It's to do stuff like thinking about, you know, when you go for an aerial, that you're going to land with your nose facing down on the wall and drive down, or, you know, jumping off the wall into a wave dash, or all that kind of stuff that brings up your pace of play. Throwing in wave dashes for recovery and that kind of stuff bring up your pace of play a lot. So yeah, hopefully all of that helps you. If you have any questions about anything, you can always reach me via Discord. Disagree with anything I said, or you didn't really understand something I said, because I'm hard to understand sometimes, just let me know, and you know, we can go over anything in depth that you might have questions about, help you out further. So anyway, yeah, any of you who are not ShaneBot who watched this all the way to here, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope it helps you guys out a ton too. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.